And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved down here in the toxic caves here, toxic factory, and geothermal power just finished. I had to research this one because reasons. 128. I'm not sure if I'm going to have minecarts this map, but I want to get all this stuff researched in here. It would be nice. Just did one with a whole bunch of ultimate pods, so I kind of want to steer clear of those. Plus, I used a bunch of. I'm gonna let them soak back in. We need to go top side and head into some. So I smelted. I did the chromium. So I've got 515 chromium bars, and I'm currently in the process of smelting all the molybdenum. So over 4,000 molybdenum, and it's going along nicely. It's cruising right along. Power is fine. I'm gonna gather these up. I have two hoppers over here because these two are dropping into this one, and just this one is dropping into this one. So this one has twice as much that it's processing. And let's go up. There's one. The reason why I made that, I did that research, and that was for hopefully something that unlocks. So the conduit obviously is definitely something we're gonna want. And let's see, where is it? Pipe coater. That's what I wanted. Lens polisher and lens chromer. Those are also things I want. The geothermal generator, I don't really think I'm going to build a lot of those. And as far as the minecarts go, I'm going to kind of save up my research points here, because we got quite a lot of stuff that we still need to research, and I don't have any other RP, and there's really nothing else to scan. And since I've got Pandora's boxes on, I don't have a whole lot to work with here, so that is a problem. I might have to get a Hodor going to drop some more, hopefully some research parts. One of those Pandora's boxes, it's inevitable, but the ones that naturally fall do so slower over time. So this far into the game, it's tough to get that going. So as far as what we're planning on doing, I would like to get a casting basin going, even if it's just one of each. Oh, that is tough. 112 for each one of those. Okay, because these casting pipes are what we want, and we need that heat conducting pipe. So let's get down here and look. So the mesh weaver, we're going to need one of these, so we need 8 ore extractors. Crafting. And I have a sinking feeling that the pipe coater is also the same. Yep. So we need 8 more, plus we need some crystal. Crafting. Okay. And when we're going down to the toxic caves, so I'll grab some crystal there. They got plenty of refined resin. That is a beautiful sight right there. Pyrothermics. I started cleaning up the area in here. So all of the little areas that we had miscellaneous crafting, I've been tearing apart. This one is another one that I missed. But anyway, I don't want to get off track, and we were actually in the area that I needed to be. So let's go down to the toxic caves, because I need, a little bit more crystal. Okay, I think crystal is right here, in fact. So I'm going to grab another crystal, and we'll be able to then craft the mesh weaver. Crafting. And the pipe coater. Crafting. Because this actually makes that heat conducting pipe and one of the ingredients is plastic. So I've already run, as you can see right here, I added another thing onto the bus, and it is plastic right here. So we run this all the way from way over there all the way over to here. So let's go down. I've already color coded this, so let's head out to where we have some sort of room here. So right in here is where we need to be, and let's look at, first let's put the machines down, see what we're going to need to build, and then we can go from there. So there's the mesh weaver, and there's the pipe coater, and let's put some. Okay, so this needs 2 plastic, 2 copper pipe, and a crystal fiber mesh, and this thing just uses massive amounts of crystal. So we are going to use crystal, which comes up right here, and then grab this guy, put him over here. So this is going to be remove only, because this is crystal clocks, and then this is the plastic. So this will make the mesh that this thing wants, and then this thing wants plastic. So if we output, I'm going to output into a large hopper. This is add only, and we're going to take that away. Now we need this to go over into another one. So I'm thinking right here, this is going to be remove only. And then here, this needs also some copper pipe. Well, copper is right there, so I'm thinking copper pipe and then plastic. So we're going to have copper pipe here. We're going to have plastic come up here. And then the finished product, pipe coater, this will be the heat conducting pipe. And so this is going to be add only there. Okay. So I need plastic to come up right there. And let's get this stuff sorted. Okay, so this is my crystal, and it's way out there. This is why I've been gathering pipes as I come through. And this one is my plastic. So that is going to come in right here. I've already dug quite a lot of this trench out just to prepare. So that one, and I also need some copper. Let's sort that one out in a second. I want to get this stuff routed. There's copper, we got lots of space available for copper, so I'm not worried about that. But I do want to get this stuff run, just so it can fill up the, fill up the hoppers, backlog it, and have a little time to craft it, for what we need. So this is the crystal. I'm going to put this there just so I can run with this, and we can build as we go. Well, we can take care of this little craft in one episode. There we go. So this goes down. We actually have a lot of crystal coming through here. We actually could run 2 of these. Like so. And maybe even run 2 up, because this uses 16 crystal for every craft, and that is a substantial. This is by far the most crystal use in the game for this setup. Otherwise, you know, going to some of the more advanced stuff, this is where crystal really starts to get used a lot. So we want to make sure. Let's see. Something like that. Double that up. That will double the crystal. Okay, so the next thing this needs is power. And it's not a little amount of power. It's 50 power per second, and this one also needs is 50 power per second. So I think I'm going to put a battery here and a battery there. And I should be able to make that work. Okay, so naturally we want the crystal mesh to go in there. This has already got plastic in it, so that's good. Now we need some copper pipe, and we're going to grab a pipe extrusion plant, and we're going to craft 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Just use up my resources. How many does it want? It wants 2, I think. Yeah, it wants 2. So 5 should be plenty. Okay, so this is where copper is going to come up. So let's just run this pipe extrusion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to put a hopper here, and that will be copper. And finish this off. Not sure how fast this is going to craft, so I'm kind of preparing for a lot of craft. Oh yeah, right there is fine. Nope, down there. Okay, so that can go down, that can go over, and these two can go over. So there's a lot of copper potential here. We're going to want to really move some copper in. Let's just make sure we're on the right track. There's copper. Move all the copper. There we go. Flooding that copper. So that should push copper pipe out, no problem. Now for power, I want to borrow power. I want to right on this line here. Right in there. And then let's make sure we're on the right line here. So this is going to change. I was 1 off. Okay, so this one over here changes to a battery and then a laser. I don't think they were lensed, so I don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to have another battery over here. Actually, we need that to go up. Need that to be a battery there. There we go. Then I want one block there, and I want one there. Okay, so these are all getting ready, and we've already got 63, 64, 65. Beautiful amount of copper pipe, and we should be able to then just cruise with these. Because we need quite a bit of this casting pipe. Well, we'll inevitably need it. Wow, that's actually making stuff really, really, really fast. Is it making? It looks like it's making 16 at a time. No, 8 at a time. Nice. So I'm gonna gather up a couple of these. So we now have heat conducting pipe, which is excellent. And now are we limited by anything? Got plenty there, we got plenty there. That's full. Oh yeah, crystal, definitely. As you can see, we're moving 2 pipes worth of crystal into this, and it's still not fast enough. I mean, it uses so much crystal. So hopefully, as you can see, we are tapped out right now, but that's fine. Let that tap out, and we need to go up and kind of look around. Maybe collect the molybdenum that we had up here. Yeah, crystal is going fast. And we need to go smelting floor, zip up to the top, and hopefully that moly is done. When each craft on this was using 8 ore, so I'm hoping it's all done. Oh, not quite. This is empty though, so we are right. No, see, I didn't want to do that. Stupid thing. Okay, so I don't know what the consequence was of that, but so there's 82 in there. There's 164, exactly double. So now we have 516 moly and 515 chromium. And the difference was I smelted the stuff that we had sitting in here. So we no longer have spare material. And pretty much that's the end of needing those arc smelters. I'm going to actually grab these 2,000 slot hoppers. Those are a premium. Absolute premium. So what can we do with this little amount? Well, we can make, if we're really, really careful, we need a blasting furnace. We need a casting basin first. And this is 5 by 5 by 3. So we need 75 of these.
Crafting.
You got to be very, 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 very careful not to go over.
Crafting.
Okay, so we have 276, 275. Well, these are 112, so that's 224 for 2 blast furnaces. Well, that just leaves us 50 or so for the casting pipe, because each one of these also uses chromium. So 2 blast furnaces. Let's see, one here and one here. Now we have 50. We are able to make roughly 50 casting pipes. But the big problem is now power down in the toxic cave, or in the cold caves, because those casting basins, or those blast furnaces, use a significant amount of power. Basically a little under 2 full turbines worth of power for those things, which is insane. So we're going to try to figure out what we can do here. I'm going to make some matter movers and see what we can do as far as turbines. So if we have 2 blast furnaces, we need at least 4 of these.
Crafting.
And then we're going to need
crafting.
For these, we're probably inevitably going to make quite a few of these. So we're just kind of going with the flow right now, doing what we need, and then going from there. So let's hop back down to the cold caves. So now we need to set up casting basins and all of that kind of good stuff down here, as well as a way to move material. And the one thing that I didn't take into account, which is a major derp, is a trencher. We don't have enough material for a trencher. So if we look at mining right in here, trencher drill, yeah, see 25, that's 75, and then this is another 75, so that's another 150. I might have to, yeah, I might have to do another hard rock grinder setup, because one blast furnace I'm going to put right here, the other one I'm going to put over here, so that's one chrome and one moly, and that will start to smelt that. However, the problem is, yeah, the problem is we don't have trenchers. So that is a huge issue. But first, let's think about power. I want to get some power over here, and we need to figure that out. So we need to beam fuel where we need it. And right now we have fuel coming in right here, and we could beam it. Oh, see, we can't beam it there. I'd have to move this. That would be pretty ideal, to beam it right from there straight over somewhere. Try to, you know, thread it in between all that stuff, because we got a pretty good line of sight from here. So yeah, I'm gonna need to move. I'm gonna need to move these. So let's see. I want to take this one away, and we're gonna beam it to here. And I'm gonna upside down that one. So I'm going to take these away. And when we beam back the empties, we can just beam it right into, say, right in here. So I want a logistics hopper right there, and this can go right down into that. So, you know, these empties will come down and go in here and then get shuffled over here, which is fine. But the empties that we have coming back are going to have to come back along this line. So with that, let's go here. Let's redo this for this new setup. So this is going to have to come down, and then we need a bit of power. So I am going to actually put a battery there, and then we're going to have a laser beaming down from, beaming down from here. There we go. So then we can have a laser, beaming. Oh, let's put a piece of glass right there, and that's not going to interfere with that cargo lift at all, which is really good. So I want another laser right on top of that. No, there we go. And then that will give us a general idea of how far we can beam. So it's like one less than this. So this actually comes right to here. and that's going to interrupt that. So we need to get around that. So right there should be it. So we need first. So that laser is actually above our matter mover. So we need a matter mover here and another battery here. You can see that matter mover connected already. And then our laser connects. And we need to put one there. And another laser on top of that to beam this over. And there we go. Now we're in the general area, and we can really customize our setup here. So I'm gonna put it right there. Make sure that's in line. It's not lined up. So let's put it there. So I'm gonna want to beam it one more level, one more set. Okay, so another matter mover. And then a battery, and then a block, just to stay consistent. And the matter mover already connected, and we can head on out to more or less where we need the fuel, and we're gonna want it, you know, right in here somewhere. So I'm just gonna pick an arbitrary spot and make sure we got plenty of room for extra. Line this up with that, and there we go. Now we have a area and fuel, and the return trip is going to be very similar. It's just going to bounce back this way. I might even use the batteries that I have, or do something else. I don't know, but that'll have to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.